I think what happens is I start talking before I see that little thing ticking right there. Anyway, so yeah, I'm now after every pinch collar trainer on the planet because I realized that tool. I'm going to look and find out when the pinch collar was made. And I made that one video. I mean, they were designed by the Germans to be used on high drive dogs in drive with really concise timing and you know, ideally minimal popping on the leash, but even then, I mean, we've evolved past that. If a trainer says to me, I have no ability whatsoever to use that pager to manipulate a dog around on the leash because I was told they're afraid of it, you're not a very good trainer. And honestly, in my opinion, if you are a companion dog trainer, Summer's like, oh God, no, not this again. She's over there just like going, oh no. Poor Summer, I'm giving her nightmares. You know, that's the reality. I'm just, you know, maybe I'm just, you know, coming to being enlightened to my own state of mind. And I do have the bangs today, so, you know, that if you're a companion dog, and this is how I'm going to explain it to Greg, because Greg has such a difficult time. This is my coffee Summer brought me, and then she all got yelled at because we didn't sort the newspapers. She's like, oh my God, don't tell him that. I mean, she knows that's a part of the job. I don't yell at her after hours. Well, occasionally I do text her. All in caps. She's like, yeah. Change the subject. She's like, change the subject, change the subject. Anyway, so that's the subject. Any trainer, you're going to have to show me, because this is the reality. You can use the pager as a guide. The pager is being used as a guide. If you're saying to me, I'm using a pinch collar as a guide, I'm going to say you're a god-awful, worst, terrible trainer I've ever seen. Am I wrong? If you're going to guide someone, if you're going to put that on, if you honestly think for a minute, I would put that on my little deaf dog, you're going to have to prove to me that you don't have dogs coming back at that leash and they're animated workers. I could probably put a pinch collar on a dog and put on a demo where I never touched the leash if it was trained with a pager collar, but you are going to have to do that to me. I mean, Kelly's now identifying, I mean, one day we'll look back and say, oh my God, the face you is. And I don't defend the e-collar, I mean, I you know, at all, and I tell people not to do that because our job as trainers, you know, at this moment in time, you know, and I'm trying to get a hold of that Dr. Tortora. I can't imagine that he would be thrilled with the State of the Union, that this guy that wrote a book in 1981 is going to look at these people. And I found this old video. Remember I used to do the drawing thing? We need to find all of those somehow. But I was showing kind of like the food drive chart, and I got to tell you, I know what I'm talking about because when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, this is doing a good job explaining it. Because if you're, you know, if you're not using something as a guide and harnessing momentum and stuff, your only other potential is shutting the dog down, and that is involving a better way to correct the dog. So here, we need to text Greg right now. It's under Educator Greg. And say, here, and put, because that's how he knows when I'm getting exasperated. I put like 10 Jesus. I think that, I gotta read the last email I sent to him. It was just peppered with all these, Jesus, Greg. Oh, and I told him, I said, I'm after your little buddy Josh. I said, you know, because he knows. I mean, when Zach George went after him, I said, Zach George is not wrong. You know, I mean, I like Zach George. He's got a cute personality. He's got, you know, a good online personality, but... Educator Greg. We're going to change it while we're editing it. We're going to have a contest to let you guys figure out what I change it to. Enemy of the state. No, enemy of the state, Greg. Change it to that. Summer's supposed to laugh right then. No. Oh, no. My Summer, stop it. OMG. Okay, now I've told you a million times. No, so that was the wrong answer. Reread your script. Your answer was not, Your answer is, got it. Not, I did it wrong because I have an Android, because Ricky used that too. They don't notice the deadpan stares when I give them. And Stacy, you need to tell me what's wrong. There is a dynamic among successful people, and it is not making. I'll ask my brother because my brother didn't get to be senior VP of mortgages for the whole company, Wells Fargo, by not behaving a certain successful way. And I know I'm just so now hyper aware of people making excuses. That's when someone's like, oh, you spend all day doing it. Get over yourself, lady. Anytime the dogs don't do anything, I just... Someone's like, okay, get over yourself. All right, so we're telling Greg... someone wants with the cupcakes, because on the show we're training the dogs. But in reality, it was the baby's birthday yesterday, so... We're making these cupcakes for this family function. This painfully awkward family function that Summer's being forced to attend. She wanted me to go, but I said, unfortunately, and she knows. I mean, Summer loves me, and she accepts the fact, and the people that love me know that me not going to the party, I didn't go to Lindsay's surprise birthday party either, and I mean, I've known Lindsay since she was 6 years old. And, I mean, Lindsay knows, I mean, if she was in jail and couldn't get a hold of her mom, not that Lindsay would ever go to jail, you know, that I would immediately get out of bed in my hoodie and come straight to the jail. That's about it. Let's see, if Lindsay needed a gift basket for one of her functions, because Lindsay's not a puppy. Anyway, all right, so let me explain the pager to you this way. Greg. Enemy of the state. Oh, I'm telling him. I'm going to tell him on the show, you're still the enemy of the state. Jeff Gelman is the enemy of the state, and if Jeff Gelman wants to come on here and defend his methodology, please stop using a pinch collar. We've got to evolve, people. If you're using a tool that Bill Keeler was using, what is it? OMFG? What is it?
OMFG?
That's what it is. OMFG. Sorry, Summer and I rehearsed lines earlier. We rehearsed the lines, but I just, when I start talking about it, I get, because it's not, that's what we have to think of. If we're using the pager as a guide, and we can and there was a girl on there, that one girl with Liberty Canine, and I mean, she's such a cute girl. She had some really cool videos, like by the Washington Monument or something. Not that I know that's what I was trying to get my brother to send me when he was in Washington, D.C., those videos, because my character knows nothing about, when it was that time to study in school. I'll tell you what she was, since we didn't have a teacher. But it was this food-aggressive Rottweiler, and as a demonstration, she was putting herself in a position of the dog growling at her to demonstrate. I mean, the whole thing was just, so upsetting. And I mean, it was just completely the wrong way to do it. With the food aggression, you need to be able to say, I need you to move away. Enough. You're going to have to move over there. That's what it is. Not, I've got more treats for this, that, and the other, because that, you're going to hit a glass ceiling with that. And when you're talking about big Rottweilers, I'm telling you, you need, and if someone's got a dog that's food aggressive, and if somebody asked me how would you deal with that, how would you deal with fill in the blank, any behavior problem? Molly! What is she doing? Any behavior problem, my answer is the exact same answer. All right, please don't let them in. No, don't let them in, Summer. Please don't let them in right now. We're doing the show. She doesn't even know when we're doing the show anymore. Anyway, so she just thinks I'm talking to myself. Or she thinks I'm Skyping with someone all the time. But she doesn't notice there's no little box where they're not there. Show them, what are you making for the cup? I think we should just make both of those cakes. Let's just make both of them. There, here, you other relatives, take this home with you. All right, get back on the show. All right. No, don't show them the box. We're pretending to make it from scratch. Well, we are making the homemade frosting. I know, she'll say, what was the show? It's called Morning Talk with someone. All right, did you remember the recipe I told you for that frosting?
Of course.
I'll tell Stacey. I'll tell Stacey when it comes back. No, tell her. She's the She doesn't listen.
There's chocolate chips and powdered sugar. And butter and sour cream.
No, not sour cream.
Yeah.
Oh, George is supposed to be working today too, so I'll text him right now. Text him right now.
You were
Anyway.
late. You told me late.
Oh, you were texting,
Greg.
Greg.
11. Yeah, let
You were
me
texting
explain.
Greg.
I got to let me explain.
The pager is used as a guide on or off the leash. The stimulus, or stim, I always, if anyone says to me stim, but the very least thing I say to them is, as you call it. Not, you know, in that one video with Helen, I gotta show some of that at sushi, me and Helen with sushi, she says stim. Well, because Helen will say, she's not, you know, Kurt does her. I said, no, that word.
Sorry, Sinatra. Let me explain. The pager is used as a guide on off the leash.
The stimulus, or stim as you call it, is used as a correction. I don't know how else better to explain it. Anyway, my answer to any how do I deal with any behavior problem? And it's the exact same answer. Yes, the stim, as he calls it, is used as a correction. If you're using stimulus as a guide, you're a god-awful, and companion dogs, you're a god-awful trainer. You are a terrible trainer. A stim, as you call it. Yeah, I mean, it's limited. It's limited. It's, you know, one-trick pony. Put one-trick pony. There's a lot of strange analogy. There's a lot of strange, you know, analogies that he doesn't understand. You know, and then put, you know, like this up. Yeah, I know. The problem is he's at yoga thinking, oh, God, damn, this is really crazy. But that's how you guys need to think of it. If you're looking for a better way to correct a dog, then yes, the stimulus method is absolutely perfect for you. And if you're looking to be the retro trainer, and please understand there are no good old days in the days of electronic dog training, you're doing a real good job. And if you're so, Summer's like, make it stop. We'll be back with the cupcakes. Summer character is very popular. Yeah, the Kelly character is not too popular with the Summer character right now, so get over yourself, lady.